Happy New Year to all you yids around the world. This is the Heart Now Here Spurs Fans podcast back in 2026. Going forward, something our team don't do as our fans away from home quite rightly said over the Christmas period. It's myself, Lee Tarrier, Matt Kerr, TJ Smith, Kevin Dennis. Lads, what'd you watch?
That was really good, Lee. Did you plan to say that backwards thing?
No, I was thinking that as it happened.
That's why you're the man, mate. That's why you're the man.
I mean, I was going to call this podcast sideways and backwards everywhere we go because I thought that was such a fucking good chant. But what'd you watch over the Christmas? You watch darts, lads? Anyone watch the darts?
Thank fuck for the darts, mate. With Spurs.
That's all I watched. That's all I watched.
EastEnders, did you see the flash forward in EastEnders? Max Branning? They went forward to 2027.
I don't think anyone watches EastEnders in here, Lee. I think you're the only one, mate. Last time I watched it, fucking Grant pushed Tiffany down the fucking stairs.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, I used to fucking fancy. I brought it up to my wife the other day. When was at Howard, they had a library, didn't they? And there was a book, and it was Tiffany's secret diary. And I couldn't get over it. I hired it out and fucking read. I fancied the fuck out.
I bet that ain't all you did over it, Lee.
Never took that back to Miss Bolton.
Not with them fucking pages stuck together.
Did you any of you boys go to any of them pantos, like the Christmas pantos?
Oh, I didn't actually. No,
I went down Spurs.
Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur was one.
Oh yeah.
me and TJ went to one in Chiswick the other night.
That was the thing. The reason I ask is because the one thing that was worth not watching in many ways was Spurs. I mean, look, we didn't lose, but we didn't really impress again. It's been hard, to be honest. I think yesterday I sort of had it on in the background on my tablet while I was watching fucking Indiana Jones because I was like, after that game on New Year's Day, I'm like, fuck me. But lads, Kev, TJ, I'll start with you, TJ. Going there and being together and having drinks at Christmas is the beautiful thing about supporting Spurs. Was that good? And did that make up for what was pretty drab viewing?
Do you know what? It's always good going doing an away day with Kev, to be fair. I've got to give him his credit. Like, we always have a good away day together. But, fucking blow too much smoke up his arse. Look. But, no, listen, it's, I don't know, 8 o'clock kickoff on New Year's Day weren't the best, to be honest, to start with. Brentford's not the easiest to get to from North London either. Like, you've got to go around the houses with the tubes and that. But, I don't know, man. It's just, mate, when they start singing about fucking Nuruddin Naybet and all that, mate, it's just, the game's over, isn't it? The game's gone.
Who made that up? Was that Kev? Kev must have brought up the Naybet chant.
No, but it's true. Like, when you start hearing players from like 40 years ago,
it's
bored, isn't it? Everyone's just bored.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about, I don't mean to cut in there. I was just like, I can't remember the last time I went to a game where people were so bored of the football match they just started randomly singing old songs because it had no bearing to the game whatsoever. Like you said, Naybet, Bertie, Yol, fucking Ginola. I think I might have heard fucking Ronnie Rosenthal at one point. And it was like, I mean, that was what
Rick was in the back singing about Alfie Conn at one point.
Yeah, fucking, do you know what I mean? And yeah, crazy, man. It was so boring. But yeah, sorry, mate. Let's get back to Teach. Yeah.
Did you go to the Palace game, you two, as well, though? Did you go Palace as well?
Oh, no, just Kev went Palace. Yeah, if you want to start there, start with Kev.
No, let's talk Brentford first as you're there, Teach. Yeah, let us know. Like, the drink cups must have been the nice part, as we're saying.
Yeah, it's good. So, like, we got into a spot of bother straight away. So, we obviously got the trains early. And then the people we're meant to be meeting, they said, we're getting there about 4:30. So, we're like, me and Kev were like, fuck it, let's jump off the train and go in the pub in Cheshunt. So we had a couple in Cheshunt, and then we've gone back on the train, got down to the Victoria line, and then Kev's like, I can't do another 12 stops without having a piss. We've only done 2.
Fucking hell.
So after 2 stops, he needs to get off and have a piss. So we had to get off at Victoria, and so we ended up getting back on the train, got on the platform on the district line. It said Richmond, which is where we were going, and then boom, 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 all cancelled. Someone was on the track.
Oh.
So we had to wait 45 minutes for someone to clear the track. Thankfully, it weren't a bad one. It was just some idiot who's probably got a bit pissed up and decided to play.
We stopped on Victoria for piss, and then we thought, no, we'll have a beer while we're there as well.
And then we needed another piss.
Because we had that beer in Victoria, some geezer jumped on the fucking track somewhere and fucking fucks everything up at one point.
Oh. So what time did you end up getting there then?
No, we bear in mind we set off about 2:00 in the afternoon for the 8:00 kickoff.
Oh, nice.
As you do.
Yeah.
Mrs. was well happy with that one. New Year's Day dinner and a dog. No, it was good. It was a good trip. Got over there, and then all the banter in the back and stuff. Like Brentford's grounds, I don't know, it's a strange one, man. It's like it's modern, but it's tiny. If that makes sense. It's got like a bit of a modern feel, but it's tiny. But yeah, anyway, so we go to the game in the ground, and that was about as good as the night got, to be honest. Literally.
What did you do after?
Like, it was right. So once, me and Kev got proper fucking drunk on an away day somewhere, and was coming back via Seven Sisters, and we found this little kebab shop up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought it'd be smart to get off the train again on the way home and go and get a kebab, but we couldn't find the right kebab shop. So I ended up with some, I don't know, it must have been mutton instead of lamb doner or something. I don't know. It was fucking, mate, look, it was fermented doner or something I was eating. It was fucking awful. But we thought it was the same kebab shop, but it clearly weren't. Even that, they've changed hands. So yeah, we jumped off, got a kebab, and like literally everything in the middle with the game was fucking diabolical. Like, it was boring, like literally nothing to it. I don't know what to say about that performance against Brentford, because there's not much to talk about, if I'm being honest. It was just flat. So I saw someone saying it was like Thomas Frank versus Thomas Frank B. Like it was just two teams just fucking. It's like playing fucking drafts. Do you know what I mean? Like checkers, and just no one knows where they can move. Everyone gets frozen, and it's just it was a load of fucking shit, man. Honestly, it was nearly as bad as
you know what, Tej? That's a really good analogy, because you know when you're playing drafts, I fucking love drafts, and you got nowhere to go, but you're just playing one person. You got a couple of counters left, and you just go back, forth, back, forth. That's exactly what that game was like. It was like one step back, then we're going backwards, then we go forward, then we can't do that, so we're going to go back. There was no forward. Do you know what I mean? As you get to a stalemate in drafts, that's a great fucking analogy of it, really, because it was like that, I thought.
How was it the week before then, Kev, or the few days before at Palace? Because we won 1-0, a clean sheet. You take that, smash and grab at times. Do you know what I mean? How was it there in terms of the day and the supporters that day, and obviously the performance that you saw from the stands?
What I've found about the football over since Liverpool, so we had Palace, didn't we? Palace, Brentford, and then Sunderland.
Yeah.
I mean, the football for me has been pretty tragic in all three games. But obviously Palace, it was it was the one after Liverpool. It was a sort of tough place for us to go to. I mean, I remember you asking about how many points you think we'd get over them games, and I remember I said 2. I can't remember what the rest of the boys said. So we sort of got done better than I thought we'd do anyway, even just after the Palace game. Yeah. But I mean, I took Cody to Crystal Palace. He's not been to a London ground yet, so for that side of it, it was great. We won, but the football sort of been shit in all three games, really, and it hasn't been enjoyable to watch as a fan. But I said the only thing that has been enjoyable is meeting everyone up, doing the social side of it, having the beers, going down to London and having drinks, and going down to Brentford and having drinks, and even seeing the boys yesterday was good as well, and having the home feel about it and catching up after Christmas at home. I mean, it is really that kind of heads and tails of it. It's the football shit on one side of the coin, but the other side of the coin is that you're seeing your mates and you're having a good old fucking laugh and a good time. And that really is probably the only thing that's getting me there at the moment, is because I'm seeing my pals. And if my pals weren't going, I can honestly say, no, I wouldn't go down there, because the football is drab. There is a disconnection from the supporters. The atmosphere is terrible. The players are playing poor. It's a mid-table team with a mid-table feel. There really isn't anything to fucking talk about at the moment in terms of that football club. There's a lot of negativity to talk about in terms of what we think is going wrong, but they're really, really, from over them Christmas games, for me, nothing positive to talk about Tottenham Hotspur as a football team and as a club. So, yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Matt, I follow you on TikTok. I love watching your TikTok lives, taking teams on Championship Manager 012 to the pinnacle of the game. But also, you do your live streams at times with the predictions and stuff like that. What have you thought? What you've seen? Is it against what you thought? And, in terms of supporting them at the moment, how are you finding it?
Lee, mate, Look, when I do score predictions, mate, I'm just out there for nibbles, mate. When I'm saying Spurs are going to beat Sunderland 3-0, I don't even believe that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just after nibbles, mate.
Yeah.
You realise, mate, I don't even talk Tottenham on my TikTok no more. I have no energy to talk about them, mate. I feel like I'm so disconnected with that team at the minute. And that's the first time ever I am like so positive with Spurs. But right now, I think they've just sucked the life out of me, mate. I don't know what it is. I thought winning the Europa League would give us a little push. Yeah. That feels like that was 10 years ago, that Europa League, like night in Bilbao. Like that feels so long ago. And it's just been downhill since. I thought we had a decent window. And then what we thought was decent has turned out pretty shit. And now we're just this mediocre mid-table team now. Like we don't look like we're going to finish in that top half of the table one bit unless investments done in that team. Do I blame Frank? Yeah, look, I blame him half of what's going on. Like tactically, he has to set up better, right? But it's neglect of the whole squad for years and years and years. I looked at that lineup yesterday and I thought, that is fucking awful. Like the state of that lineup is a joke. Like, and you think like we were talking at the start of the season, like, yeah, we could be top 4. Do you know what I mean? And then you sit there and you think, actually, I think it's a reality check now. Like this team isn't as good as what we think they are. But I think I even said it. I think I said it in the group chat. Do you know, like Conte? Yeah, I wasn't his biggest fan, but he had Dyer, Sanchez, and Davis playing as a back three. If we went to a back three now with wing backs, that we're already set from the back to then invest going forward. Do you know what I mean? I think even Frank, if he went to the back three with Ndogi and Poro as wing backs, I think we'd be playing much better than what we're currently doing now. We wouldn't just get walked through because at the minute teams are just walking through us and it's just boring. It's just so boring. I can't watch it, Lee. I can't.
Well, that's the thing. Like sticking with you there for a minute, Matt. Like the chant was there, sideways and backwards everywhere we go. Is that because as you say, it's a little bit on Frank, but it's also the squad isn't as strong as we probably thought. I saw a tweet today that said about Ange was performing miracles to even get us to win a cup. Regardless of how it went in the league. Like when you look at it, do you feel like if Frank got players in strong advanced positions that we would be higher up and he would get a lot more credit for what he's doing?
I don't think any manager can come in and drastically change that current group of players. What needs to happen is there needs to be upgrades on a lot of them players for Spurs to move forward. Right now, if you're not going to upgrade these players, you might as well sack Frank and just get the under-21s manager in and we just plod along as normal. Because if the board ain't going to change their ways by upgrading what we've currently got, then we're just wasting our time.
Yeah. And I guess then when we look at it, TJ, when you look at players like in those positions, Odobert, Tell, Moani, obviously Kudus got injured yesterday. We've sold Brennan Johnson. Like, what are they ever gonna come good? Have they got stuff about them? Do you see enough about them to think like, we've got to go through a bit of the rough time to get to the promised land?
It's a tough one because I think in some of those names you've mentioned, I've seen performances or half a performance, I should say. I don't think I've seen one of them names you've mentioned playing 90 minutes out of their skin. But like I see, Odobert had a good game the other day. I see, but again, it's like once in a blue moon. Tell, I thought he looked busy the other against Sunderland the other day, but again, I don't think he was going to be anyone that's going to change it for me. Like Charlton, look, like he's say what you want about him, but he's probably the best player we got at the top at the moment. And that should tell you something, that Richarlison's the player that's actually the one leading it at the front at the moment, because we've got no one else there. We've got no creativity going from midfield into the strike force. I find it hardly to sit there and pick a player in that attacking part of the side that's gonna really like drive us into games. I think that's what we're missing. We're like a Rottweiler with no teeth. Do you know what I mean? We look the part of the back, and you ain't gonna fucking come past us. But if you take the gate away, you ain't gonna get bit with anything either. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. Like I just don't think we've got any teeth going forward. Like we've got no one who's going to drag us through a game or win us a game. And listen, a lot of people I keep hearing all this about Johnson getting sold. You know, we sold our top strikers in the past 3 seasons, top scorers in the past 3 seasons. Listen, Johnson ain't going to work in this system. Johnson is a he's a great finisher. Like when he's got the ball at his feet, he's a great finisher. But he's not a winger. Like the guy's never gonna take players on or create something out there. It's just not in his game. He's in the right place at the right time, and I'll get you a goal because I can score all the time. You don't suit him.
Don't you think we should have brought someone else in before we offloaded Johnson?
Not necessarily. You don't know how long that deal's out there for. I think 35 million for Johnson. A lot of people are like, it's a loss on him. I don't think so. I think he's surplus to requirements. Like, I don't think he suits what we're trying to do. So I actually think that was a good bit of business, and it's early in the transfer window, so you've pocketed the funds. The question is who though, Matt? As well. What annoys me is that if these players have not been identified already, like this stuff should happen as soon as the August window closes. There should be we need to identify new targets, and as soon as an issue arises throughout the season, target. Oh, Kulu setback ain't going to be back. Right, who's the target for that position? Solanke meant to be back in October. Looks like the geezer's fucking going to be out for the season by the way it's going.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like why are we not identifying targets early, and then going into the January transfer window? Or listen, they might be. Who knows, right? We're in the background. We don't hear everything that goes on. But in answer to your original question, Lee, I don't think these players are going to be the players that make us top 4. But one thing I will say, and it's kind of been said a little bit here, like about being a mid-table side, we cannot allow an anomaly to define our expectations. And by an anomaly, I mean last season. You can't sit there and be like, this team and this is nothing that Frank annoys me with. You can't keep sitting there going, this team finished 17th last year. That's something that happens all the time at Tottenham. That is a fucking anomaly. We are, or we should be, competing for European places every season. I don't care what anyone says about the squad or how it's deteriorated or whatever. The amount we spent, the players that we've bought, they should be good enough to be getting top 8 in this league.
Yeah,
they should be good enough to get top 8. Listen, Villa's come on, yes. Sunderland are a bit of a dark horse this season. They come out of nowhere. But again, the team that we should be finishing above. If you can you name me 7 teams right now that should finish above Tottenham? Usually, 7. You got to finish name 8 because that's what you're saying. You're saying Tottenham are going to finish outside the top 8, right?
Yeah, I could only say Arsenal.
Realistically, look, let's say it straight. Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. They're all better than Spurs at the moment. Yeah, as much as we hate to admit it, they are, right? Man United, they've just sacked their manager. They're 4 points better off than us.
Yeah. But is that why? That's the thing at the same time, because the table's so congested. Is there more gloom around it because we're 13th? But is there, like yesterday?
I don't think so. I don't think so, Lee. I think it's performance based. We don't look like a team that's going to score ever. When we score, it shocks me.
Boys, you say about the table congested, yeah. Bournemouth away. We're going there with Richarlison up top, Odegaard and Tell, yeah. But we ain't going to beat Bournemouth, so we're dropping more further back. And then we got West Ham at home. I think we'll beat West Ham. But then we got Newcastle and Man City. We're going to drop further back.
February's horrible.
We're not going to be up there come the end of the season. We might as well write ourselves off with that. Look,
you're forgetting Champions League games this month as well.
Look, Odegaard, Tell, and that are good squad players, right? And they are going to be good players in 2 years' time. And Archie Gray, but none of them players get in the top 15 of the Premier League. None of them start on a regular basis for at least half of them Premier League teams. But we're starting them week in, week out because we've got no choice. Morris just said 91 on Instagram. It's worrying that we're in January and Frank still don't know his best team. How much is he swapping that team around?
Totally agree.
Well, so then when it comes to, I think it was I just said it about Sunderland and how they've come up now and whatnot. And I think you've alluded to it before as well, Matt. Kev, these Sunderland, let's take Sunderland as an example. They've come up. and they've done great business. They found certain players in certain positions. They're not household names. We're finding out about them, but they're getting the job done. This is a team that had how many players yesterday that were in Africa, that weren't playing in the game. What is wrong with our scouting system that we continuously buy a player that has touched the skin at Barcelona or Bayern Munich or whatnot, yet come here and they are just so underdeveloped, yet, these Sunderland types are coming in, they're spending similar sort of money, maybe less, just finding gems of player that all seem to work. And, look at even Brentford, they got torn apart. Manager, Visser, Mbuemo, they're above us. They beat Everton away yesterday. What is it with our scouting system? Because we praise Paratici and elements of it, but why is it that we seem to not get these players that come in like Brighton, like Sunderland, who would just constantly come in and start to do a job for us?
I don't think we go out and buy really bad footballers. I mean, they're all good players and come from a hot prospects or wherever they are. So it's just about once you get them in the door, what you can do with them. What I find with us, I think it could be a mixture of things. I think, first of all, there's a lot of pressure going to Spurs than going to Brentford. I think if you're a player coming from Africa or wherever you're coming from, if you're coming from the lower leagues, I think if you get a start at Spurs or you get pushed into that starting lineup, I think there's a lot of pressure on you. And them sort of young players really have got to have the right coach, the right mentors behind them to be able to deal with that and fulfill their potential. Because some of these players leave us, then go and do well in other clubs.
Yeah.
So that sort of says one thing. But yeah, I mean, I talk about the Pochettino with the young players, that sort of thing. He got the best out of really young footballers, and it's no surprise that when he went, sort of a lot of players fell off, and sometimes that's really, really important. So I don't know. I do think the pressure is a big thing coming to Tottenham, and I think it's a club that the fans and the social feed around it, social media, can probably break. I mean, don't tell me that these players don't read what they see. They don't read the messages they get and everything else. And I just think it's just about a bit of you and what sort of character you got, but also the way the club managed these players as well. So yeah, I mean, I was hoping that we would get the sort of pedigree of scouting that Brighton had under Potter when all that was happening. I thought that's what this Johan Lang guy was about. But it seems to be that the players that we're putting in now are buying and not fulfilling their potential. And I'm with Matt. I don't think Odegaard and Archie Gray are starting players in this league. I mean, it depends what your expectancy is for the league. I mean, if you're happy to finish anything from 17th to 12th, then fair enough, play these players. But these players really should be learning off top footballers, and when they get their chance, they're learning off them in training. They're doing this and doing that, and that's how they progress. I'm finding at the moment that a lot of players, because there's been no activity in this window, that are kind of being chucked out, and that's all we have. A bit like last year with Gray playing at the back and everything else. We just didn't have the squad to deal with the injuries. So that's one thing I think this year, that these players really, they don't surprise me in how bad they are. And I'll talk about yesterday's game because it's the most freshest in everyone's minds and in my mind. And I don't know how much you saw it on the telly, but you probably saw as much as me as it goes. But I couldn't believe how much we give that ball away yesterday in terms of 5-yard, 10-yard passes. Yeah. It was like there was no confidence keeping the ball. I don't think we put 10 passes together at all yesterday.
It's been like that all season,
though. Yeah, I mean, but I thought, I mean, the last few games I've been to, it hasn't been as bad as that. But that game yesterday at home as well, players were too scared to have the football. When they got it, they just panicked and give it away. And I mean, that's a really bad telling sign that we all know that the players ain't good enough, but they should be able to, especially at home, to put 5-10 passes together. Matt talks about patterns a lot. All right. I don't see no patterns at the moment. And he mentioned it the other week. And it was really evident yesterday that they don't really know on how to play out with the ball. They don't know players where to go. I mean, Romero as well, when he's defending the other day, it was just everything. I say all the right word is passive. Yeah. Because at 1-0, we were quite lucky to go ahead. Yes, we had a go of it the first half. We was in control. But you just saw them probe the second half. About 70 minutes, Sunderland. They just started knocking on the door and we couldn't deal with it. They had more runners than us. They were fresher than us. And we were so passive. And you could see that goal was coming. And once they scored, I'm thinking we're going to lose 2-1 because Sunderland was still at it trying to score. And we wasn't. I mean, Jed Spencer's gone over to get a throw in the 88th minute. He's taking his time, 89th minute. We're at home. Where's the urgency? It's like everybody knows that this is what it is, and we can't do nothing about it. So we're just going to try and salvage any points we can get out of games, and we just kind of got a mid-table side out there that's ready to finish mid-table and play like a mid-table side until things are improved in terms of buying players in this window. Until then, nothing will change in this football team. If they do not buy this month, we have a massive chance of finishing just as low as we did last year, without a doubt.
And that's the thing, though. We're 5 days in, and I don't want to start sort of, throwing the book at them, all that. Matt, we know we've been in a bit of a shit run probably since about late October. It started to really understand that, it's not going well, especially from the Arsenal game. By that time, it's like, this is not great. We don't look like we have anything. The Chelsea game, I think, is the first one where everyone was starting to go, hold on a minute, when that XG was like 0.00 almost. We're 5 days in selling a player. Nothing's really been said. I think there's a name called Sancho. I don't know anything about this player, or Santos, someone from Santos. I could be wrong, again, because I don't know of them. Should we be on the front foot, Matt, when it comes to this? 5 days in, we want to do things as efficiently as possible. The FA Cup's a great chance for us now. This player could come in and do something. They're probably not going to be there. But yeah, when should we expect signings, do you think?
Charlie, look at the big clubs. Man City. Was it Guardiola, whatever his name is, the defender, got injured yesterday. Straight in today, they've inquired about Mark Gay. These what people do, yeah? Kudus gets injured yesterday. We're probably just going to loan out Tell tomorrow or something like that. Like, we'll probably make our squad thinner rather than having the squad depth, yeah? Like, you look at some of the squad depths that people have got across their squad. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, I wouldn't have let Johnson go just now because it's made our squad a lot weaker now. Kudus has got injured.
Matt, to be fair, Matt Johnson wasn't doing nothing at all.
I agree.
If you're lacking,
I agree. And he probably don't suit Frank's way, right? But Kudus could have always gone left-hand side and Johnson could have gone right-hand side for this first half of the season till January and then weighed up our option. Spurs have to go out and buy about 5 players this window, and I don't see that happening.
It's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But again, I think we're just going to have to be this team. If we can get Europa, like Conference League, then that is going to be an unbelievable season for us right now. And then we build on next season. But right now, I think we're fall short on the Europa Conference.
Conference League qualification, successful season.
We should be out there now. Like, we're 5 days in, 6 days in or whatever. We've let players go. Like, we've loaned players out. But there's not one player that's seriously linked with us right now. And we know we're in this problem, what we've been in. Like, we've known that we've ain't had Kulu, Solanke. Like, us fans, we probably get lied to a bit. But a medical team and behind the scenes, they must know that, they're not back till like February, March. But they're just playing it down.
Matt, I've got one for y'all.
Go on.
Jared Bowen.
100%.
West Ham as well, another one. Do you reckon?
100%.
Matt looks a bit like Bowen, doesn't he? It's the air.
Bird.
Listen, West Ham are not going to do nothing stupid and let Bowen go in January. Yeah, they'll wait till the summer, no matter what, with him. But I don't think he'll come into us. I think he's kind of married into that club. But if he goes somewhere, it'll be to like, I don't know, like Liverpool, Man United, or something like that.
I mean,
all day long. We need a player like that.
Yeah. I've been looking today. The biggest thing I saw, this is just on the Independent, 10 hours ago, we're chasing or showing an interest in Red Bull Leipzig star Jan Diomande, 19-year-old winger, scored 6 goals, 3 assists in his first 14 Bundesliga appearances. 19 again, though.
Oh, no. It's the same model we've been doing that isn't working.
Yeah.
You can't keep buying European talent at 19 that has no knowledge of playing at like significantly high level. I'm not saying the guy is not going to be good enough, but you've seen it. We've bought players from Bayern Munich. We've bought players who are like been on the books at like top European clubs. But if they ain't done it in the Premier League, it is a massive shift. And you're seeing that with like Xavi Simons. The guy was like meant to be the next Messi. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's being touted as the next Messi. He's come here and it's taken him so long to find his feet. Yes, again, he's had flashes in the pan. But
think we missed
these
him
are not
yesterday,
the players
Luke.
we need to be
I
buying.
think.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, we can't go out and buy 5 players, but we can definitely do at least 2 upgrades this window. Like Elliot Anderson, go and buy him for 100 million. Go and get him. Do you know what I mean? Go and upgrade our left-hand side because that's not going to be hard. You can go and get flipping Steve Guppy out of retirement to play on the left-hand side. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is what he's saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
we had a bid rejected for the left back Souza, from
Yeah.
Santos.
Lee Harolding, 17, Harolding.
Teenager, yeah.
Exactly that. We need to move away and go and buy some proven players to try and push us where we need to get to. We're going to keep buying these
Buy
young
someone in their
kids.
prime, 25,
Yeah.
26 years old, like who's been playing Champions League football. I know one that Matty wants. Is it Matty that wants him? Osmian.
No, Matt, I'm not really bent on about him, but I would take him.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was in a chat who said that, and I don't know. Is he the sort of guy that does it? I don't know.
Yeah,
but we need a goal scorer. That's what we need.
It's 400 grand a week might fucking be a bit of a deterrent for Spurs. I think.
Apparently, the wage cap's going up.
Well,
If Semenyo goes Man City, we'll be in for Savinho straight away.
That's what it's saying.
That's going to be straight away.
It's saying here that we're looking at it's wingers that we're looking at. So we're looking in the right way because we know that there's a guy at Monaco called Akalucci, Savinho, that Diamundi that I said. We're also keeping tabs on Marmouche and Oscar Bob from City, but again, who knows what's going to happen with them. Juventus is Keenan Yildiz, but they're not out and out wingers apparently. So again,
you know what though, that Yildiz is a top talent. I mean, the Monaco guy as well. I don't know if you remember when we played Monaco and they fucking battered us. But he was really, really good in that game as well. But like TJ's saying, you're coming from a league, a French league, which really is Mickey Mouse compared to what you play in the Prem. And it's just like Marmouche was tipped for big things over here, and I think he struggled to get going at City. And it's like just because they're good abroad doesn't mean they're going to be good over here. It's such a And I think that's where Brighton and Brentford and all them sort of teams are clever because they go and buy these sort of prospects, but buying them really cheap. And if they don't work out, they don't lose much. Where we, on the other hand, need to buy proven quality because we're so low in the league. We need to be fucking pushing.
This is what I think we need to go out and do some marquee upgrades. Yeah, like even if it's Wharton or Elliott, go and push and try and buy one of these, right? Because other than that, if you don't go and buy these marquee upgrades, players like Marmouche, if we try and get Marmouche on loan, he's going to be like, why am I coming to you? I don't want to come to you. What am I going to you for? But you're bottom of the league, like mid-table team. So I mean, so you have to show some intent and be like, look, you're going to come and you're not the only one that's going to come. We're going to be upgrading everywhere and we're going to take this serious.
Thing is, Matt, I don't see what the attraction is. If I'm trying to sell my club for you to come and sign for my club at the moment, I don't know what I can sell you. I mean, the wages is going to be obviously one thing. But what honestly can you offer?
We give you a free sausage roll on match days that are delicious, and you got.
They are nice sausage rolls, actually. They are nice.
They are decent sausage rolls. I mean, look, you go on the internet, you're going to find loads of talk. There's a guy from Everton that we've made inquiries about that, Ndia. Who knows what's going to happen? But it is a bit worrying from my point of view. And again, maybe I've been out the loop because obviously Christmas, you're running around, but like there isn't concrete names. Do you know what I mean? It's not concrete names that we're ready to just sort the terms out with and get them into the squad.
Don't you think though, we're coming to a crucial part of the season, right? Like we kind of need a player in before Saturday Villa. Like Brentford, it is what it is. Like it's a league game again. I don't know how many we can fall away more, but Aston Villa in the cup, if we don't go through that, we ain't going to win the Champions League, and our cup dreams are over already.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough on Saturday, but it's a big game. It's a big game, and this is the thing as well. I'll go back to lads, I guess, because I totally understand why you guys you don't live around the corner from Spurs. It's not easy to get to. It's not cheap to get to, even if you got your season ticket. You're paying for everything else that comes with it, a day out, the works and stuff like that. Like he's obviously saying he's not enjoying the job at the moment. And I think obviously because he's not getting the results and he knows that there's things that have got to be getting better. Like how do we as fans rectify that? Like how much pressure do you lot feel? Like TJ, how much pressure do you feel to try and make a change being a diehard Spurs fan, going home and away, abroad? Like, do you feel like you can have a say in that, or do you feel helpless in that?
Zero, yeah, helpless, mate. Like, I don't any fan that says otherwise, I don't understand it. Like, listen, I will never be in the.
Is it easy to go to people like gee them up when you're next to them, or yeah, that's what I guess I mean.
Listen, if anything, I think I've seen, like, we've probably like all seen it, like people arguing in the stands because you get fans in there like who had a drink and that, and they start coating the players off, and then another fan goes, "Well, mate, pipe down a bit," and then that's it. Then they're arguing, and if anything, it's fractious at the moment. The performances are making it fractious amongst the fan base. Me personally, I don't know, but I don't agree with that. It's not my job to make them to perform. You perform, and I'll be behind you all day long. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to coat them off in the stands. I've never been that guy. I'm not going to be like that. But I can't be. You can't. The players can't put it on the fans to improve their performance.
Yeah,
we will be there. We are there. We're always there. All you've got to do is light the fuse, and you'll hear the bang. And that's what they need to do. It's up to them to light the fuse, not me. We will pop off when the performances are there. And we've seen it. We've seen them glory nights under the lights at the Lane. And they will always be there. It's up to them, not us. We are always there, ready and waiting to support the performances all day long.
Yeah. So then, Kev, what do you think when you see, because we spoke about it at the end of last year in the episodes, but when they touch upon this thing of we want fans to be together, we're going to put you together in this Aston Villa game. Well, that's definitely what I've come across, that they want a singing area. What's your thoughts on that? Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't know if it was last week we said about it. But yeah, I find it really embarrassing that we have to do things like that. I mean, it's all right this week because my boy gets the chance to sit in the South Stand, so which is great because we don't really sit in there often because we're at the other end of the ground. But I can tell you now that if they go out there and underperform, and Aston Villa go 1-0 up in the first fucking 5 minutes, that whole getting over to that South Stand, that singing section that they proclaim to want to start, it's going to be fucking full of booze and negativity. And it will be. And it's like that in every part of the ground, no matter what you try and drum up in there, whatever fucking parties or lights or fucking whatever you put on the big screens and have these little fucking sections, whatever it is, nothing can change until the team start fucking performing and playing well. And I'll tell you now, once that team starts playing the way it should, and the club are ambitious in buying players that we want to watch, wear our shirt and will die for our shirt, then everyone else will follow suit and that ground will be fucking brilliant. But until then, if you're going to give us shit like that, you're going to get shit thrown at you. And I find it very arrogant. And I mean, I don't know if it's just because of my age and I don't really get the whole new gen thing of supporters, because there are, supporters my age or people I grew up with who are a lot older than me. Half of them don't go anymore. They'd rather watch it on the fucking telly, and I really don't blame them at the moment because of the way it is in there. And yeah, it won't change. And I've had good nights in there, not fucking overly too many, but when that place wants to get going, we just need a consistent year of football. And I can't remember the last time. I mean, obviously, the last consistent time we had was Poch. For me, it was in the old ground. As soon as we've been into that ground, have we ever had a consistent year, really? Like, get everyone off their seat. Everyone was in love. I know we had the little Ange thing for a little while when the crowd was singing. Even just that, when you even just look at little things like that, that was probably the last time we all felt quite united.
Oh, it was incredible. Incredible.
And we haven't had enough moments like that in that football ground. And that's because whether it's Levy, whether it's the players or the coaches, whoever it is, someone is mucking up because the team is deteriorating in front of us. So somebody's got to be held accountable for it. And like TJ saying, we'll always be there. We'll always support them. I fucking will always go away from them, no matter where it is and how shit they're playing, whatever division they're in. I'll still travel fucking to Newcastle or Darlington on a fucking Tuesday night because it's my passion and my love. But I have a right to slag you off if I don't think you're right. And I'll have a right to boo players at the full time and my manager if I don't think that they're giving me that back. So the day that gets taken away from us and we're in the wrong for that is the day that football is literally fucking gone for me. And that'll be the day when I'll be like my mates and I'll sit in the fucking pub and watch it. Or I'll get a box of beers from the supermarket and I'll sit at home and watch it if that's how it's going to be. But I don't want it to be like that because it's my release. It's my thing from work, from my family life. It's my thing I've got. And me and Tej was just talking about the other day, Brentford. Like, it's been heavy over Christmas with the kids and everything else. It's just nice to get out for a day. And that means a lot to a person. Whether that's people like me and Tej or it's people suffering with whatever they're suffering with. It's a fucking release and we really enjoy it. And when that gets taken away from us, it's really not good enough. And that'd be down to the club, the way they run that into the ground, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point that you make there. And I guess, Matt, going back to you, because you were a very big supporter of Ange Postecoglou, rightfully so. He won us a trophy. If he was in charge this season, would we be in the same position? Would we be further down? Would we be higher up? Could you gauge what you think you'd see from Ange if he was still here?
We would still be like energetic from the weekend's game where we've got up and down so many times. Like right now, like you remember, guys, there was a period under Ange, yeah, maybe not even a period, but every time we went over that halfway line, we thought we were going to score. Like the crowd knew the roar. Right now with Frank, it's edge of the box, pump it up to Richarlison, the ball comes back, try and win the ball in midfield, or play it wide to Poro down the line to Kudus. That is it. Like with Ange, I don't know, like mate, I love Ange. Don't get me wrong. Last season was a bit of a disaster in the Premier League. He did throw a lot of them games, like when we were like 1-0 up or 0-0 at half time, and he'll take off Van der Ven for the Europa League and that. But you know what? In privatising the Europa League, give us that moment, which we'll probably never get again. The way that team's playing at the minute, because I don't see no manager privatising any. We might win a friendly cup in Singapore or something like that, but we're not going to be winning no other trophies at the minute while we play like this.
No, but I guess then, because I'm a big fan of Ange, as we know. I love him, and I think I miss him more and more, especially sometimes when I see videos. But I guess the club went in a different direction. They've obviously gone in a very different direction with Levy going. TJ, at the start of this season, even when Levy was there, this guy, Vinay, I can't say his surname, Vinay Venkatesham, new business director or big chief executive at Spurs, was doing all the kind of PR. He's getting Levy in front of the cameras for interviews, sitting with Gary Neville. Next minute, he's gone. Vinay's chatting after that. What we really want to do, we want to bring constant trophies to this club. It's been blanket silence pretty much since September, since it's all gone a bit downhill. What are your takes on him and the new ball? Because we haven't heard much, but do you think there is going to be a change after Levy?
I do, but I think you're right, and everything you've just said is right. By the way, like they came out with this big spiel about we're going to look to inject investment in the club. You're starting to see the owners of the club around the stadium on match day, and all this starts happening. And then all of a sudden the results go south, and we don't really hear from the board at the moment. The problem at the moment is I'm okay with a silent board. I don't need the board to come out and explain everything they're doing all the time for me. That's not what they're there for. I like the board to be in the background, but I want to see in transfer windows and in discussions around investment in the squad. That's where I want to hear it. So the fact that we haven't heard anything already in the transfer window, and yes, it's only 5 days in, but like I said earlier, you need to be early. You need to be moving early, or at least identify targets. That is worrying for me. But I'm under no illusions. This is a project for Tottenham. We are a project at the moment. It's not going to change. I think last year was an anomaly in two senses. Firstly, the league position. We're not a team that finishes in the bottom half of the table. And secondly, winning a European Cup. It's a rarity at Tottenham, right? So it's like now we got to build on those things, right? We've got to improve the league performances, but we've also got to maintain success in cups. So we need to see investment in the squad. I personally feel like the summer transfer window was perceived as successful by a lot of people. I don't think people, like when the window closed on the end of August, were disappointed. I think we done a podcast and we said, oh yeah, probably an 8 out of 10. If we'd have got like Savino, probably 9 out of 10. That's how we were rating that transfer window. The board need to be showing signs of investment and backing the improvements needed for this squad. That's all I want to hear from them. And at the moment, I'm not.
That's another thing with if we believe in Frank, because if we want the manager or the owners to give him money, do we as supporters? I mean, I know a lot of supporters I know are fucking had enough already, and I don't see much positivity about Frank at all at the moment. But do you trust him to go and spend on the players that we need? Do you trust him? What's the right words? What's the right question here? Do you trust that he knows where to buy, that he can buy, and is he going to buy the right kind of players? Do you trust him as a supporter? Because I know the board trust him, It's about do we trust him to do that?
I don't really know what other option we have. I don't think we have any other option but to trust him. You can't. You're not going to sack him now. It's pointless. Like, listen, Man United have sacked Amorim. Unless they get someone in tomorrow, they're going to go a whole transfer window buying players who the board or who the sporting director thinks suit the squad. It's a ridiculous time to sack a manager, in my opinion. But so if you've got him for the transfer window and he's buying players, you've got to back him to the end of the season. At the end of the day, for me, unless he wins a cup, which is basically the FA Cup, because we're out the other one, and Champions League is probably as long a shot as it gets.
Yeah.
Frank needs to finish in European places to maintain his job next season. If he doesn't fit, that is the minimum expectation, the minimum requirement on the job application. You must be able to finish in European places.
I don't think the board think that, Tej. We think that, and right, we should. But I don't think the board see it like that. I think the board would just have him for this season, finishing in that top half.
But what's the difference?
Seeing improvements in young players of what he's got, which he isn't clearly showing at the moment. But I don't think that board is that fussed this year about finishing.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
I think so. I don't think it's a must like we think it is.
No, but do you genuinely believe a board who's sitting there with basically finances in mind care that we finish outside the European places?
Oh, I just don't think it's a given. Like, we're saying that if Frank doesn't finish in European places, he should go. I mean, that's what I think. But I think if Frank finishes 10th, I don't think he gets sacked.
Well, what's the difference between finishing 10th and 15th?
They'll come out with the old spiel, mate, that you finished 17th last year, and now that we've finished 10th, there's an improvement somewhere. That's not
a measure for me. That will never be a measure in my eyes. Like, finishing 17th and finishing 10th is the same thing for me.
I mean,
you qualify for the Premier League 26-27 in both scenarios, and that is it.
I mean, I don't think it's plain and obvious to see. I mean, you ain't got to be a fucking rocket science to really see where we are struggling in terms of players, recruitment on the pitch, and what we need. So, 100%. I mean, I don't think we'll go this window without signing anyone. I think we'll go mad a bit, and we need two at least. I think in the back of their minds, they've got the players coming back, so that they're probably looking at saving themselves some money there. But I remember reading an article. I think it was around October time. It might have been Frank or it was this Lang that said we're even looking now at September, October for what players that this manager wants to come in January. And I've always remembered that. So from September, October, you've had the sort of main players out through injury that have been there. So you've had 3 or 4 months, maybe 5 months now to really identify what you need. So, I mean, I'd be really shocked if they don't buy anyone in this window. But I think it's even more evident now, the way that they are playing, how important it is to freshen this squad up if your objective is to get European places. Because if it is to get European places, then you need a lot more than 1 or 2 players in that team. You really need to go mad in this window. But I think that the board will back Thomas Frank no matter what happens. I mean, if you finish 17th again, I think you might have to get rid of him. But I don't think it's in their heads at all to get rid of him whatsoever. I think it's, like you said, it's a project, it's a plan. Anything better than last year, I think, for the board would be acceptable, but not for us. And I'm with you on that, Tej. But that's my opinion on it. And I just think Lang's fucking really pally with him. The new owners are in there. I think maybe the new owners might throw a strop about it, but I think the director is pretty cemented on wanting Thomas Frank there and wants to work with him and this, that, and the other. But I don't know. But I mean, this window, like I said, I can't see us not buying any players to come in, because it's, this relegation material for me. I mean, if it weren't such a gap down there from where we are, I would think that if we didn't buy players now, we'd get dragged into it.
Social media is in meltdown over this Lang geezer, because his recruitment at Spurs has been dreadful. When you look at it, he's paid hefty fees for all these players, and Aston Villa had him before, didn't they? And then they got rid of him, and then suddenly look at their recruitment now. Do you know what I mean? So, a lot of people are gunning for this Lang geezer. So if he doesn't have a good window, he won't be there in the summer.
Haven't we been linked to that Paul Mitchell back? I mean, I've read a bit of that. You guys seen that? One who's been
seen bits, yeah. You just never know, do you, what's happening? Because that's what I'm saying. They're not the most.
That's what I mean. Like Teacher's saying, he's not bothered about a loud board. I mean, I'm kind of with him on that. But I think that the manager this year, I know he's fed up with talking about Kulusevski, but I just don't think there's any. I don't think we know with our current squad anything about things like injuries and all that. And I don't think he's very open about it. And that frustrates me because I look forward to press conferences because I try to read things into it. But he doesn't tell us nothing. And I find that really frustrating. Do you know what I mean? I want to go into a game knowing if I've got Solanke on the bench or I've got this player back and this player back. But, you know, but the way he doesn't tell you this and then he mixes the starting lineups up. You've got Ben Davies playing at left back yesterday. Listen, he had an okay game, but he shouldn't be anywhere near it. I just find it all a bit secretive and I don't find him very infectious at the moment. And that I think that's got to change. You know,
that's the warmth, yeah.
He's quite robotic in his excuses about our games, especially over the last 3 games.
Yeah,
I kind of want him to be a bit more truthful about things, you know.
Yeah, and the press can obviously dial things up and make it worse. But you know, when he's saying things like, "Well, no, I'm not enjoying the job at the moment," I'll be like, "No, play out to the PR, especially to us as fans. Say, you know what, it's not going good, but I relish this because I do believe in what I can do." Because Ange did, you know, whether he sounded fickle, you know, feeble, out of his depth, he never stopped. He never stopped. You know, there's a reason why every meme of him saying, "I always win something in my second season," will run forever, regardless of what's happened and where he went after that with Forest. The guy always believed in what he could do. Even when we were mathematically in with a chance of the league, he went, "Well, why can't we win?" You know, and sometimes you think, "Oh, well, that's a bit absurd." But as a manager, at least, you know, I've got to feed off you. If, like you're saying, as fans, we've got to feed off you. If you're going, fucking believe in what we're doing, you're going to go, all right, yeah, I will. You know, it's a bit shit. It happens at times. You know, we've never been destined with greatness. We've never been the top of the table all the time like some teams have, the Cities, Uniteds and whatnot. But, you know, if you feel like there's that roll up the sleeve attitude, you go, yeah, fuck it. You know, tough times get tough. We'll get through this. I believe in what they're doing. I believe in what he's doing. I think that's what we need to see. I don't see that from him. I think that's not helping him. The whole thing that's happened with like players walking off or him, you know, not really, you know, saying, "Oh, they're not real fans."
Lee, where do you think his head at is at the moment? I look at him sometimes and I think, does he think, "Fuck me, what am I doing there?" Because you kind of know what club you're coming into because he's been in the Prem. He knows what Spurs are like. He knows. I know he's got Levy there now, and it ain't as thing as it was. But like, do you look at him and think, does he think, "Fucking hell, like I regret coming here," or do you think he's sitting there thinking, no matter how bad it gets, I'm gonna fucking get through it? I don't know what I get from him.
I think he's methodical. So I think that a little bit of him might think, "Fuck me, this is tougher than I thought." I definitely think that because there's no doubt he wouldn't have come into that job thinking Daniel Levy's leaving within a month. There's no way. I think that they would have sold him the job on the fact that, yeah, we're going to be competitive. We're competitive in the market, but we're also true. You know, he would have got all of that. You know, the Eze thing obviously didn't go his way. I think he's determined, but he does it in a methodical kind of way. He's not the passion. I don't see it in the way that I would with other managers, which doesn't mean that he's doing anything wrong, but I just think that he's trying to get his way out of it. But I think sometimes if you lose a group of players or if you lose a fan base, like it doesn't matter how good you are, you're not coming back.
I keep thinking that. I keep looking at them players and I think some of them, have they give up on him already?
Look at the Van der Ven interview. Look at the Van der Ven interview. The Van der Ven interview didn't make me go. I heard more of Ange's name in Van der Ven's interview with Gary Neville than I did Thomas Frank's. Now, I get it because he won the trophy and they were talking about what, but he was talking about, oh, you know, he gave us the flexibility to change things on the pitch. He did this. He made us think that. His team talks with this. I didn't hear anything about Frank. I didn't hear anything. Nothing. Like, you know, you just said, yeah, it's good. You know, I was bad. I shouldn't have walked off the pitch. There was no talk about, yeah, this manager who makes us feel like this. And that's telling because that's one of your leadership team. Whether or not he's the proper captain, he has deputized as the captain. If he's not sort of coming out and defending the manager or talking about him, at least in a slightly glowing light, then I'm a bit like, hold on, what's going on backstage here? Because you don't know. No one, like we've always said here, we don't want him sacked. But at the end of the day, if we get through January, there isn't much done in terms of.
Do you know what, Lee? I don't want him sacked, but I'll tell you one thing I'll give him credit for. I think he has made us better defensively, and obviously, Ange.
Yeah, I was going to come to that. Yeah,
I mean, that's one thing I think he's done a fantastic job at, but which is even more telling where the improvements need to be made because obviously. You picked up a team who can see goals for fun. You've managed to make them solid there at the back, and it's like it really is just missing now the players to come back. And I said to you, like, we don't need much. We just need 2 top players that are better than what we got, and I think we'll be okay. But it's like Can the board match that ambition? Can Frank knock on the door and go, look, I've had enough of this shit already. They're on my back. Look, I know what we need. Go and do it. If you want me as a manager, go out and buy this player. But I don't know if he does that. And I think he should, because he's kind of under pressure already for 5 or 6 months of being in the job. And the football is as dire as I remember since Conte, when we had that Conte era where it was really fucking bad and dreadful.
Yeah.
And I think he's kind of got better players than maybe Conte had at that point. Maybe take Kane and Son out at that point. So really, he's got to be doing better. But I also understand that this isn't the team. This isn't the finished article for Frank. He needs better footballers in there. And it's, can he identify the right footballers? And can the club give him the funds to go out and buy proven talent? Only time will tell, you know.
Only time will tell. I mean, look, we could talk about this all day, lads. I think it's a really good chat. I think we hit the nail on the head. I think there's a lot of different feelings that we can have. Things are going to develop in the next few weeks. You know, they have to in many ways with January. So, you know, it's going to be interesting podcast as we get to it over time. But what I will ask each of you is that we have got 2 big games. We've got one on Wednesday away at Bournemouth, which is never going to be easy. And then a really big game against Aston Villa at home, 3rd round of the FA Cup. If anything's going to kickstart your season, it's winning a game like that against a team like that who are obviously on a big, big roll. What's achievable, Matt? What's achievable at those 2 games? One in the league, one in the cup. What do you expect?
I think we'll draw at Bournemouth, either 0-0 or 1-1. I think it'll be a boring game. I think Villa, I'm hoping that because Villa are kind of 6 points off top, still in the Champions League, I'm hoping they rest a couple of players against us. And I think we could scrape through against Villa, depending if they rest players. If they don't, then I think we'll lose to Villa.
TJ, what are you thinking over the league and cup?
It's tough, mate. I think we'll draw at Bournemouth as well. I do. I feel quite negative at the moment. I feel like we should have beat Sunderland. And because of that, and I think like the first half performance, if we take our chances, we do beat Sunderland. But I think because of that, I just can't see us getting results at the moment. I don't know where the results are going to come from at the moment, because we've got no one that's going to drag us through the games. So I think we'll draw at Bournemouth, and everything I've just said goes out the window because it's a cup game, and I think we'll beat Villa. I do. I think they're due. I obviously know they lost to Arsenal, but I think they're due a defeat somewhere else. I think we're going to give it to them.
I hope so. Kev, what are you thinking?
Yeah, you should have left it. You should have finished it with Teach, because he's left it on a positive. I'm about to leave it on a fucking negative. But then I was the one who said we'd only get 2 points over them 3 games. So obviously I don't know too much. But I mean, I keep saying it. I mean, I've watched a lot of Premier League football this year. Made myself have the time for how much I pay to have all the TNT and all that. And I've made myself watch a lot of football. And I watch teams like Bournemouth and teams like that quite a lot. And I look at teams and I just think there are so many teams better than us in every single way, in terms of heart, fight, when their backs are up against it. And I just don't think we have any bollocks at the moment. So I think Bournemouth's going to be tough. I compare Spurs to a bag of rebels at the moment. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get until you fucking bite it. Do you know what I mean? And with Simmons coming back, I think is a big positive. I thought if Simmons may have been on the pitch against Sunderland at 1-0 or at 1-1, I think we might have had more of a chance of winning the game. I think the lack of creativity in the moment is fucking horrendous. And I think having him back might just give us a bit of a push. So with Simmons coming back, you never know. But I'll join the lads and go for a draw. But Aston Villa, I just don't know how we're going to live with them. I mean, they've got a big fan base coming down. It's going to be like a fucking home game for them in that stadium. And yeah, the dreams of more loyalty points in the cups, the FA Cups, is going to be over for me. I just think they're going to be too strong.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just think they're made of such tougher stuff, and we're not. And I think it'll get negative in their early doors. And yeah, but I think we'll go out the FA Cup against Villa.
Well, mate, come and watch EastEnders with me, mate.
I might watch reruns of Grant pushing Tiffany down the stairs. And if you still got that magazine as well.
Secret diary. I'll give you Tiffany's secret diary. I just want to end on a little game. Obviously, it's FA Cup 3rd round weekend. So I want to test your knowledge about Spurs' involvement in the FA Cup 3rd round over the last 10 years. I'm going to start with Poch's first season in charge, which was 2014-2015. I'll go round each of you per year. So I'll ask you each one of the questions for a year. Matt, you're to my left, so I'm going to start with you, mate. He obviously came in 2014, the 2014-2015 season, and in our third round, we drew away 1-1 before winning a replay 4-2 at home. Goals from Paulinho, Capoue, Kirikesh, and Danny Rose. Can you tell me who you think that was against?
Muted.
You're muted there, Matt.
Did we draw with Stevenage away? Or did we nick a goal late on against them?
It was the goal that we scored. It was an away tie, the third round.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Did we draw 1-1 at Stevenage and then get them back to White Hart Lane? Or did we nick a winner against Stevenage?
Well, the scorer, it was we brought them back to White Hart Lane. The scorer in the initial tie was Chadley. It was 1-1 away, and then we beat them 4-2 at home. Any idea? 2015 FA Cup.
Who scored?
So Chadley scored in the 1-1. He scored first, and then they equalised, and then we beat them 4-2 at home in the third round replay. They were 2-0 up within 8 minutes that day. And we came back and we beat them 4-2.
Oh, mate, I no idea, mate.
It might have been a game you've gone to. It might be one of the games the others have gone to. I think we spoke about it. It was a third round at 7:45, so it was on telly. I'll tell you, it was against Burnley. We drew 1-1 at Turf Moor, and then they were 2-0 up within 8 minutes in the replay, and then Paulinho, Capoue, Kirikesh, and Rose scored.
What year did we play Stevenage then?
I don't remember us playing fucking Stevenage.
I don't remember, not for years.
Have we not?
No, we'll go through.
Oh, you've been playing too much Championship Manager.
Yeah. But we lost we lost at home the next round to Leicester. They got 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. We were 1-0 up, Andros Townsend penalty, and then Alua and Schlupp scored in the last 10 minutes, and we went out at White Hart Lane in the 4th round. First season under Potts. That was the season we got to the League Cup final. We lost.
Did Steve Guppy play?
Steve Guppy didn't play. No, Claridge might have, mate. Claridge might have.
That was Chelsea in the League Cup final, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. 2-0 was Mourinho's first trophy back.
We was there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit weird old game because it was Kane sort of just getting in as well, wasn't he? So then, interesting. Going back to this season, 2016. So now, obviously, Pochettino's second season, TJ. We start again with a draw, this time at home in the third round. Goals from Ericsson and Kane in a 2-2 draw. We go back to the other team's place and win 2-0 in a replay with Son and Chadley again being the scorers. Do you know who that team was against?
What year was this?
This was 2016. Third round.
Is this the year Leicester won the league? It is, isn't it?
It's the year Leicester won the league.
It was Leicester. We played them 4 times that season, I think.
You're correct, mate. You are correct. Yep, we drew. Ericsson and Kane. Kane got an 89th minute penalty to level it. We went back to their place and we won 2-0. Son and Chadley scored the goals. We beat Colchester in the 4th round and then lost at home to fucking Crystal Palace. Can't believe it.
Yeah, 1-0. Was it 1-0 at home?
I remember that game.
Yeah, 1-0 at home.
Oh.
Didn't we play Colchester in the
League Cup? League Cup.
Oh, in the League Cup as well. No, in this League Cup we lost to Arsenal at home. Do you remember? In the third round, we had Arsenal at home. We lost 2-1.
We did lose to Colchester in a cup, though, didn't we? On
League Cup. We did on penalties.
League Cup.
On penalties, League Cup. Yeah.
Boys, 2012, 5th round at Broadhall Way or wherever, Stevenage, we drew 0-0.
Yeah. No.
We drew 0-0 at Stevenage.
2012 or 2011?
League Cup, that was. That's League Cup, not FA Cup.
League Cup.
FA Cup.
No.
FA Cup.
With Cheltenham. We beat them 3-0, Cheltenham, in the 2012 FA Cup. We lost in the semi-final to Chelsea.
2012.
Yeah,
Stevenage. No. I thought we.
Fifth round. Yeah, Stevenage in the 5th round. We drew 0-0, beat them in the
Fucking hell, Stevenage in the 5th round. Fucking what are they doing up now?
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that at all.
So what about this one then, Kev? This is your turn. This is the last third round game at the old ground. We won 2-0. Yeah, third round. 2-0 win.
So
This was the year. This was the year we fucking won every game
We
at home.
never
innit?
lost at home yet.
Oh, mate, we won so many, I wouldn't be able to remember them all. All them W's.
I don't remember this one either, to be honest.
Go on, give us the scorers.
Davis and Son.
Oh, that ain't fucking helps. Don't worry, Matt. You ain't gonna be the only one who ain't gonna get one right here, mate. So what year was it?
2017. This was the year that we lost in the semi-final at Wembley. I was at that game, 4-2, when he put Son at fullback.
Back to United.
No, we lost to Chelsea. United was the year
Chelsea.
after.
Yeah. Let's go for a stab in the dark here, mate. I'll go for someone like, this is right random as well. Just tell me, are they a Premiership side now?
They are a Premiership side.
Okay, I'll change my mind then. I'll go for Newcastle.
Not Newcastle, but it is actually the opponents we've got on Saturday. It was Aston Villa.
Ah, bollocks.
We beat them. I don't know if they were in the league then. No, they they were. They got relegated that season. Yeah, they got relegated that season. Right, so it's 1 to TJ. We'll go on to 2018 FA Cup. Do you remember this one? It was a home tie, Matt. It was a 3-0 win. Wanyama, Kane, and Vertonghen. If we were kids, we remember all these games.
Morecambe.
Close.
That was more recent, I think.
It was AFC Wimbledon. It was at Wembley. It was the game we had to play at Wembley. Do you remember when we had to go to Wembley?
Yeah.
Again, we got to the semi-final.
I remember us winning 3-0 against someone. I thought that's Morecambe.
Yeah, no, we beat Wimbledon. Then we drew at Newport County in the fourth round, beat them at Wembley in a replay. Drew at Rochdale 2-2, beat them 6-1 in a replay. Beat Swansea in the quarterfinals and lost to Man United after being 1-0 up in the semi-final. So
I couldn't believe we lost that game. I thought that was the year we was getting to the final that year.
Oh, mate, that was horrible. This one, interesting. 2019, it was a 7-0 win, TJ, away from home. Yeah, 7-0 win.
I know it, but not because of the year, but because of the scoreline. It's Tranmere.
Correct, mate. You are correct. It was a 7-0 win. Aurier got 2. Llorente got a hat-trick. Son and Kane.
Yeah, I remember the win. Wasn't Mike Dean the referee in the crowd for Tranmere as well?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was because that's
a Tranmere fan, wasn't he? I vaguely remember him being in the ground. Yeah. I don't know if it was that game, but
no, that's it. Yeah, we lost in the fourth round to Crystal Palace. That's the year we got.
Don't want to get Palace in the cup by the sounds of it. Fucking hell.
No. Right, so we'll do one more. One more round each. But Kev, obviously, you'll have 2. FA Cup in 2020. We drew 1-1 away, and then we brought them back to our place, and we beat them 2-1. Who was that against? The goal scorer for us at their ground was Lucas Moura, and in the 2-1 win, our scorers were Lo Celso and Lamela.
No idea for me, that one.
I remember this because it was actually on the BBC.
So that was just before COVID, wasn't it? COVID kicked in around March, didn't it? February, March.
That's right, yeah.
That's everyone was in the stadium.
Yeah.
When you say the game after, I'm like, of course it is. But when you're sitting here thinking of it, I'm like, I ain't got a clue. Like, even this game, I ain't got a clue.
I remember it now because all these rounds were on.
Yeah, weren't that Morecambe?
No, this was actually Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough was later, wasn't it?
No, third round. We beat them because the one you're going to is one that we got beat later on. Me and Kev went to the fucking ground and we met Gary Mabbott, and it was a shocking game. We watched the game that we watched it the season before as well in a fucking pub. We lost in extra time under Conte.
That's the one I was at. That's the one I was at.
When was the Morecambe third
Sheffield United. One was Sheffield United. One was Middlesbrough.
When was Morecambe?
But yeah, so Morecambe wasn't here. No, this was Middlesbrough. And then we had Southampton. We drew away, beat them at home. And then we played Norwich at home and we lost on penalties literally just before the COVID. That's when Dyer ran into the crowd.
I was in Vegas watching that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dyer in the crowd.
Terrible. Yeah. So then it's 1-0 to Tej with one each to go. Back to you.
Hold on, 2-0. 2-0.
2-0, sorry. Yeah, 2-0. Apologies, mate. So he can't be caught, but we'll try this for fun anyway. This one was the one behind closed doors. It was a 5-0 win, Matty. Very.
5-0.
This game stands out. You'll kick yourself if you don't remember it. Hat-trick from Vinicius, Lucas and Divine scored.
I know, because he said that, I know.
Marine.
Yeah.
Marine it is.
Do you know what? He only knows that because of the Vinicius thing. Because it's the only one time he scored, I think.
You did say no goal scorers. I'd be like, what?
Matt loves a B-level Brazilian, doesn't he? He does.
Right. Oh, this is actually right. Okay, right. This is one for the book. So TJ for a hat trick, mate. We won 3-1 here at home, 2022. Winks, Moura, and Kane. Yeah, all right.
3-1.
Was that home or away, Lee?
This was at home, sorry.
Home,
yeah.
I know. Do you know? I know we played Wickham. Right? I don't know if that was. I don't know if we played Wickham at this. Are they lower league? Is it lower league team?
It's a lower league team.
I think we played Wickham in the FA Cup around this point one year. Or was that further back? Oh, mate, I'm getting old, man. All these years emerging.
That's the problem.
We might have already said.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I know we played Wickham in the FA Cup, but it's probably fucking 20 years ago. I'll say Wickham.
No. It's not. No, it's actually been brought up. It was Morecambe. It was Morecambe.
Shut up.
It was that one. It was that one when we were losing 1-0 till about the 70th minute.
Do you know what, mate? We were fucking awful that day. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's when he took off Ndombele, Ali, took him off. Conte.
Yeah, so bad.
He'd only been there a few weeks.
Yeah.
So, Kev, the last one today for the third round of 2023. It was a home win, a 1-0 home win. I remember this rubbish game. 12:30 kickoff. Kane scored it. It was on the BBC.
Hey, I know this one. I was sitting right next to him as well.
What is it, 22, 23?
Yes, that'd be the FA Cup 2023, yeah.
I think Flo, Holly and Lou, and we're sitting right next to him.
Oof.
Are they a Premier League side?
No.
I don't remember this one. I don't know.
I mean, it was such a shit game. We've been obviously doing the pod by now. We've been
Great goal.
Yeah.
Great goal.
Yeah.
Who scored?
Kane. It was a season.
I don't know it, Dan.
Yeah, we went this season, Kev. That's when we met Mabbott when we lost 1-0 to Sheffield United. Awful game. We watched it on the big screen.
Tell me what division they're in now.
No.
Hey, listen, just because you know it, you can't.
No, because you're leaving here empty-handed.
I don't even know, actually. I can't even say. I think they're championship.
Championship
League One.
League
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure.
I'll go for Bolton.
No, we haven't played them for years.
My
you want to say who it was, Matt?
Pompey.
It was Pompey. It was Portsmouth. Yeah.
Do you know what? That's my away day list. I haven't done Portsmouth away. I really want to do Portsmouth away.
No, I've never done that either.
Yeah. Are they playing Arsenal? They're playing Arsenal, aren't they?
We've got Arsenal at home, yeah. So Arsenal going away there, yeah.
Yeah, going there.
It was that goal from the edge of the box. Kane put
their championship.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, they are the championship. Yeah, because they got our guy. He scored a winner in the 98th minute against Charlton.
Oh, do you see the socials on that, by the way?
Yeah, brilliant. All the Charlton fans thinking
all the Charlton fans are going, we never lose at Fratton Park. They scored in the 94th minute. And then he bangs it in. And then they lose 2-1.
Brilliant.
Was it a good goal?
Yeah,
it was like last minute goal. Like,
fucking recall him.
We might need to. But lads, it's been a pleasure as always. Hopefully, look, let's hope that next week we're in a good way. It's hard to talk about individual performances at the moment. It's better to talk about the wider things, and I think we've covered it really well. I hope everyone who's listening or watching has enjoyed it, getting along on the quizzes. How good is your knowledge? We'll keep doing these games. We'll normally pick games that are significant, obviously like the FA Cup or the scorers. But we'll be back next week, and hopefully we're 3 points higher in the league, and we're in the 4th round hat. Because the draw will be next Monday, am I right? Or is it Sunday?
It'll be Monday, I think.
Monday, yeah. So let's hope when we record, we know we've got, and let's get through and kickstart the season. Let's keep the faith, everyone. We will see you soon. Come on, keep the faith. See you next Monday, and come on, you Spurs.